Hello, this is Derek from Sports Info. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, here. Yep.
Great. All right. We are here and done with practice for the day, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Coach. We'll do a quick review from Friday, and then we'll take your questions about tomorrow's game.
Obviously we're excited to get back out there tomorrow night. Had really 2 good days here in between. We needed to address some things with post defense, some inbound stuff that I thought that we didn't do real well. So we worked on that the last couple of days here, showed film. It'll be interesting tomorrow because it's a different type of game, a different type of style. And from the standpoint of, that their tempo's good, but it's not going to be maybe as crazy up and down as the last 2 games. So we're going to have to exercise some discipline at both the offensive and defensive end. And it's always good to play against different styles this time of year. So I think that'll be good for us. I thought we've done a good job the last 2 days, maximizing our time and at the same time minimizing the physical wear and tear on our bodies. As I said the other day, our strength coach and trainer do a great job this time of year when you're on stretches like we are right now where we're playing 4 games in 8 days. I think that stuff's as or more important than the X's and O's. And so I appreciate those guys doing a great job with our guys. But we'll get a good meal tonight and finish up our preparation and then, be ready to roll tomorrow night at 7:02. Questions?
Hey, John, it's Marcus. You guys obviously you're at 100 points a game. People are talking about your offense right now, but where do you feel like your defense is in terms of where you want it to be? Is it getting closer? Is it getting better game by game?
Well, I certainly don't want to take anything away from Georgia Southern's effort on opening night. I thought they did some really good things. I thought Wiedemann posed some problems. I thought their guard play was really good. Having said that, they had a lot to do with it, but I also thought that our mindset wasn't right defensively. And, so to be able to, learn that and kind of get back to center field instead of being in left and right field when it comes to our defensive mindset, I thought was really important. Thought that was a blessing. And, I thought that we defended in Game 2 and Game 3. I think we've defended with more of an edge in practice. I thought that our guys really, digested the film after the first game and kind of looked themselves in the mirror and really, decided that we're going to kind of take a stand to get back to doing what we're supposed to be doing on that end of the floor. Certainly no guarantees if you do that, but it makes you a lot harder to score against. And we understand that that's where, our identity lies and that's what, so to speak, gets you the admission ticket into the ballpark. At that point, then you got to play. But to have a chance to do the things that these guys want to do, you have to defend. I do think we've defended a lot better since opening night. We still have a long way to go. As I said earlier when I opened up with comments, I think our inbound defense has got to continue to improve both side and under. I think our post defense has to improve. Our positioning needs to improve. We got a lot of areas that we need to improve upon, Marcus, but I do think we've improved in a lot of areas since Game 1. And I think really if you said to me what's triggered that, I think it's so much mental more than anything else.
Thanks.
Hey, John, it's Jeremy. We talk about the shooting so far, but you guys are top 10 in the country in turnover percentages, and obviously that leads to more shots for you. Just talk about how that's kind of fueled what you guys have done so far.
Yeah, obviously, for us, and I think our guys would tell you this because we always say this, hey, it's just kind of what we do. We've done that for 7 years. We just kind of always take care of the ball. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's a part of our fabric. We certainly don't want to take it for granted, but, we're trying to play with around 10-ish, and, we expect to take care of the ball. We expect to be strong with the ball, and you're right. I think that's a big key. You certainly don't want to beat yourself, and I think one of the ways that you can beat yourself is by turning the ball over, especially unforced turnovers. Sometimes you're going to have aggressive ones, and I'll live with those, but it's the unforced ones, I think, that drive coaches crazy, where it's maybe a lack of focus or a little bit of a lack of discipline. And, so far, so good with that. We certainly don't want to take it for granted, but I think that's kind of been a part of our, DNA and with our style of play over the years, and has certainly been the case in our tenure here at Illinois.
Is it just like anything? You just coach it up and preach on it? I mean, how do you kind of get it?
We emphasize it. Obviously, it's really important, I think, to do that. And, I think it does help that our team's a little bit older. Those guys understand a little bit more appreciation and respect for how important that area of the game is. And I also think our execution's better. Guys have played with each other for a while, so they know that, where guys are going to be and how they like to play, and putting guys in positions of strength rather than positions of weakness certainly helps lead to ball security. So, I think it's kind of a combination of all those things.
Thanks.
John, this is Mark Tupper. You've been subbing at that first media timeout usually with 4 guys. Can you just talk a little bit about that? Do you like doing that? What's that allow you to do to see a different 4/5 of a group come out there at the same time? Well,
I think it's been great. So far, I'd like to continue to do that all year. But again, as I always tell you guys, that's not up to me. That's up to the players. It's up to, at this point they've earned it, which is why I'm doing it. It's the first time we've been able to do that really since my 3rd and 4th years. The last 2 years I was at Ohio. So we built up some depth a little bit. Guys are more ready. Coming off the bench with our reinforcements a little bit better than they were, a lot better than they were the first 2 years. And like I said, similar to the last 2 years at Ohio. But it takes a little time to build that type of depth and maturity. Certainly when you take a program over, it takes time. And, I'm pleased with the production, the effort, the energy level that we're getting with that first wave of guys that comes in the game right there around the first media, and hopefully that continues.
John, what do you expect? I know you said they slow it down a little bit, but personnel-wise, what does Brown bring?
Well, I think the kid Leland King is a load. I mean, he's a terrific player. Sports Illustrated recognized him as one of the top 5 sophomores in the country to have a potential sophomore breakout year. He had 25 and 12 last night. He's averaging over 18 points per game. He's 6'7". He's a perimeter player. He scores at all levels of the court. He gets to the free throw line. He rebounds. He's got good length. He's a terrific player. And then their 5-man has led their league in rebounding back-to-back years. Their 4-man is the 2-time returning Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year and the school's all-time leading shot block leader. I think they've got 5 guys there to start for them that they all bring kind of different things. Their 2-guard brings a little bit different mindset to the table because he's 6'6", 6'7". He's got great size, and he can post a little bit, and that's unique. A lot of 2-guards don't do that. So, I think that'll be good. And I also think that we'll play up tempo when the opportunity presents itself, Jeremy, but I also think they execute very well in the half court. I've been very impressed watching film. I think they're well coached. I think they execute. I think they've got great discipline. They run good stuff. So we're going to be challenged for sure, I think, with the mindset of, hey, the possessions in terms of length might be a little different than the last 2 games, but we've got to stick to being who we are from a discipline and detail standpoint.
Any final questions for Coach?
All righty, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Sure.